Your sister was quite definite about that.
But supposing we're cut off, shut up in here.
Well, it would be rather a nuisance for you having us billeted on you like this.
But it's awful. How can you be so calm? You don't seem to understand. We may be cut off. Shut up in this house. I'm afraid I'm rather nervous. I am rather a nervous man. But the fact is that Morgan is an uncivilized brute. Sometimes he drinks heavily. A night like this would set him going, and once he's drunk, he's rather dangerous. I don't wish to alarm you, Mrs. Waverton, but I don't quite know what we should do.
Well, I know what I'm going to do. That is, if Miss Ben will let me.
What?
I'm dreadfully wet, and I would be so glad if I could go and change my clothes.
What?
I wondered if I might change my things.
You look wet. You better go and change your things.
Oh, thank you. A good idea. Is there a bedroom or something? It's a dreadful night.
What?
I say, it's a dreadful night.
Yes, it's a very old house. Very old.
Very kind of you to let us stay.
What?
I say you're very kind.
Yes, it is a dreadful night. I'm a little dead.
I understand.
Yes. No village. I'll have none of this electric light. I won't have it.
Thanks very much. I can manage quite well now.
My sister Rachel had this room once. She died when she was 21. She was a wicked one, handsome and wild as a hawk. All the young men used to follow her about, with her red lips and her big eyes and her white neck. But that didn't save her. She fell off her horse, hunting, hurt her spine. On this bed she lay, month after month. Many a time I've sat here listening to her screaming.
Oh, dreadful.
She used to cry out to me to kill her, but I'd tell her to turn to the Lord. But she didn't. She was godless to the last.
Well, I'd better change my wet things.
They were all godless here. They used to bring their women here, brazen, lolling creatures in silks and satins. They filled the house with laughter and sin, laughter and sin. And if I ever went down among them, my own father and brothers, they would tell me to go away and pray. They wouldn't tell Rachel to go away and pray. And I prayed and left them with their lustful red and white women. My father's still alive. He's upstairs. He's very old.
Oh, is he?
He's 102.
That's very old, isn't it?
He's a wicked, blasphemous old man. You're wicked too. Young and handsome, silly and wicked. You think of nothing but your long, straight legs and your white body and how to please your man. You revel in the joys of fleshly love, don't you? That's fine stuff, but it'll rot. That's finer stuff still, but it'll rot too in time.
Don't! How dare you!
Good for you, Mrs. Waverton. You make it look like a party.
Thank you. You must have thought I was a long time.
Matter of fact, I thought you were quicker than usual.
Oh, I just thought I'd been rather long.
Shut up!
Philip.
Horace, what are you doing? We aren't all heathens.
Oh, I had forgotten my sister's strange tribal habits. The beef will seem less tough when she has invoked a blessing upon it.
Horace Fem, if I can't hear, I can see. You're blaspheming.
On the contrary, my dear Rebecca, I was merely telling your wondering guests that you were about to thank your gods for their bounty.
That'll do. I know your mocking, lying tongue.
To thank them for the health and prosperity and happiness granted to this family, for its years of peace and plenty. To thank them for having created Rebecca Fem and Roderick Fem and so... Stop!
Bless thou, Lord, visit the house, may they reprove a wholesome healing remedy for mankind. Amen.
Have a potato.
Thank you.
Well, this is a storm and a half. Yes, isn't it?
Have a potato.
Thank you. I should love a potato. Vinegar, Miss Fem?
It's simply coming down in bucketfuls outside.
Thank you, Mrs. Waverton. That's the phrase I've been searching for all evening. No pickled onions, thank you.
Those lights, they gave me quite a start. I suppose it's a storm.
On the contrary, we make our own electric light here, and we are not very good at it. Pray don't be alarmed if they go out altogether.
There's someone outside.
They can't come in.
But surely they must come in. It's probably dangerous out there now.
They're probably half drowned. You know, really, we oughtn't to keep them waiting.
No, I'm afraid we shall have to let them in. Morgan, open the door.
Come on then, Morgan. Let them in.
I thought you were never going to open that door. Why? There must have been a reservoir bust or something. Anyhow, before we knew where we were, something had fallen down and smashed the car in. It's a wonder it didn't smash us. Incidentally, This house will probably be washed away any minute. Hi. Oh, look at that. Why. Oh, that's a grand fire. I'm sorry to barge in on you like this, but needs must when the devil drives. Well, who's the owner here?
My sister is the owner, Miss Fem.
How do you do, Miss Fem? My name is Porterhouse.
Sir William Porterhouse. And this lady is Miss Gladys Duquesne, a friend of mine.
Glad to know you. Nice weather for ducks.
Allow me to introduce you. This is Mrs. Waverton,
How do you do?
and Mr. Penderell,
How do you do, Sir William?
and Mr. Waverton,
How do you do?
Sir William Porterhouse.
How do you do? I've never seen such a night in all my born natural. I tell you, it's coming down in bucketfuls. Pretty well soaked we were, I don't mind telling you. I shouldn't be surprised if we caught our death.
Yeah, you'd better not put those wet shoes on again, or as Sir William points out, you'll probably catch your death. Here you are. These may not be exactly your size. At least they're dry.
Thanks, they'll do fine. Whee! Are you fond of opera, Mr. Marjoribanks?
Come and have something to eat.
Oh, now you're talking.
Morgan, bring up some chairs.
Oh, roast beef. There's nothing like roast beef when a man's hungry. Oh, the roast beef of old England. How does that go? Do you remember that, Mr. Waverton, or was that before your time?
Penderell's our song expert.
Oh, so you're musical, are you?
Well, I've got a bit of an ear myself.
Have a potato. Morgan, bring a glass of water for Sir William.
Oh, thanks very much. Take ourselves, for instance. Here we are, 6 people sitting around, and we've been talking now for nearly 2 hours. What do we know about each other? Not a thing.
How reassuring.
I agree with Sir William. At best, we only make guesses.
If you were a woman, you wouldn't talk about only guesses.
Ah, the famous old feminine intuition. Does it ever tell you which horse is going to win the derby?
No, but it tells me quite a lot about you.
I wonder, Mrs. Waverton, whether it happens to tell you that I am wanted by the police.
I know, Mr. Fem, it tells me nothing so romantic.
After all, can you conceive of anybody living in a house like this if they didn't have to?
Well, there's no accounting for tastes, you know.
No.
Miss Duquesne,
Yes?
what does your intuition tell you about me?
Quite a lot.
That frightens me a good deal.
What does it tell you?
It tells me... Well, it's not very interesting anyway.
Oh, yes, it is. Let's have it.
Well, it sounds silly, but I think he doesn't quite fit into these times. You know, factories and cheap advertising and money grubbing and... Well, what I mean is, Bill here's all right with these things. But they make Mr. Pendrell a kind of fish out of water.
You should be flattered, Mr. Pendrell.
No, I'm not flattered. You see, I've not much sympathy with fish out of water, although I happen to be one myself. My trouble is, I don't think enough things are worthwhile. Now, Sir William here would put tremendous energy into anything to make even a few pounds. Now, I don't think it's worth it.